Good day, everyone. I'm Lushaba, a teacher from Nkelabantwana Full Service School in Bulwer in rural KwaZulu-Natal. I'm also a member of Reading to Learn team. In this presentation, I'm going to discuss a small study that came about as a result of school disruptions during the pandemic. The Reading to Learn team attempted to adapt their methodology to make it more accessible to non-academically trained people, especially parents, and trialed it with a small group of parents and teachers. Mem Fox, Australian author of Reading Magic, says, "When I say to a parent, read to a child, I don't want to make it sound like medicine. I want it to sound like chocolate." We, at Reading to Learn, would like to add, it's not just to read to your child that should be like chocolate. It's the reading with them as well, because a supportive adult increases not just enjoyment, but increases the ability to understand and work effectively with texts. At the beginning of the lockdown, we received some requests from parents who were at home with their children, asking, how can I read with my children? How can I help them carry on learning to read without their teacher? Others asked for help with word lists which they could teach their foundation phase kids. As Reading to Learn is a text-based methodology where we focus on a complete text rather than isolated words. Word lists seem a very dry and dull way to get children to read. Definitely medicine and not chocolate. At the International Systemic Functional Linguistics Association Congress held in Boston in 2018, a researcher from Florida Atlantic University in the USA, Andres Ramirez, gave a paper on bilingual parents and children using RTL to teach English and Spanish at home. It was the first time we had heard of parents using RTL successfully at home. We decided we'd make a video to see if we could make our Reading to Learn methodology simple enough for parents to do with their children without having to undergo the extensive training we normally give to teachers. We wanted parents who were trying to help their children with reading to make this time fun. Make it chocolate, not medicine. The videos we produced are based on a specific storybook and aimed at early readers. However, the methodology can be easily adapted to older learners by using more complex texts. We are all aware of the literacy crisis in South African education, as reflected in the 2016 PILS result, where it was found that 78% of grade 4 learners in South African schools could not read with comprehension in any of the official languages. A possible problem may lie in teaching practices, which focus mainly on decoding, being able to make the right sounds to letter symbols. While this is an essential skill, in many South African schools, it is taught as an end in itself, in isolated sentences that are not part of a text. As a result, many foundation phase learners are only taught to bark at print and are unable to read with comprehension and for meaning, as evidenced in the PILS result. The Reading to Learn methodology is a set of powerful, systematic, and highly supportive strategies that enable all learners to read for meaning. It is based on the premise that the teaching of comprehension skills need to be built into the teaching of reading from the earliest days. The methodology employs a simple 6-stage cycle. It prepares learners for reading a text, assists them in identifying and working with keywords and ideas in the text. It teaches spelling and decoding strategies as well within the context of the text and assists them in writing a similar text. It is a highly scaffolded methodology which assists all learners to succeed. The methodology can be applied in any language and across the curriculum. So far, we have made 2 versions of the video. One using a cell phone video camera with real-time teaching, and one using screen capture software and slides. In both videos, the Reading to Learn methodology has been made as simple as possible. The first video was 15 minutes long, which is way beyond the attention span of most viewers. The second video was 6 minutes long, a better time for a teaching video. But some of the steps of the methodology, for example, the teaching of spelling, were left out. We have trialed the 2 different videos with different groups. The long video was sent to teachers and parents associated with Nelson Mandela University project, most of whom were either Africans or isiXhosa speakers. The shorter video was sent to teachers who have used the Reading to Learn methodology for different lengths of time. The feedback we have had has been largely positive, but we have received constructive criticism, which we'll try and include in later versions of the video. Some teachers felt there was too much teacher talk in video 1, and so in later versions, we have tried to use more ordinary terminology. Another felt that we needed to find a way to explain to parents that this doesn't all need to be done at once. If either or parent or child is frustrated, stop and come back later. Another felt that this will be suitable for town children, but more difficult in rural areas where there might be less access to reading material and where parents might not have enough schooling themselves to have confidence to try this. The issue of reading material was raised, and a suggestion was made that parents and children write down their own stories before practicing the methodology, using sentences from it. The issue of teaching reading in agglutinated languages, where teachers feel sounds need to be taught before text was raised. In video 2, there was not enough explanation of cues for identifying word groups. Missing steps, for example, recognizing words outside the text using flashcards and spelling, weakened the methodology. But we were especially encouraged by a parent who responded, "This seems like a really fun way to teach. I am going to try it." In order to make this project further, we have the following suggestions. 1, make 2 or 3 short videos rather than just 1, so that there can be more explanation for parents. Make the videos available in different languages. At the moment, we have the capacity to do this in Afrikaans and isiZulu. Number 3, employ a mixture of screen capture, real-time video, and animation to make the slides more interesting. Number 4, make sure that videos are as small as possible, definitely smaller than the 64 megabytes limit for videos on WhatsApp. Finally, make material for different stories and levels of stories available to interested parents via digital platforms, for example, WhatsApp. Our aim was to give parents the opportunity to make the teaching of reading with their children pleasurable. Chocolate, not medicine. We hope that we have made this possible by offering these resources to parents and teachers. If you want to see the method in action with a class, tune into our YouTube channel, Reading to Learn, RTL SA. For further information, please contact Reading to Learn South Africa or visit our website or drop us an email. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Goodbye.